Yeah.
Like, Ace stand there watching, like, I can already hear it. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're gonna have those people. This one already open?
I don't know, smell it.
No.
And I need to go pick up cookies.
Why do we have a big package of sausage?
Oh, I have no idea where that one came from. Is this the right Coke? I saved it for the freezer.
No, I didn't open one yet. Hey, Ethan. Well, hopefully you can hear me. For the Reds, you know, surprisingly, they're still catching them in Browning Lake. I mean, not a ton, but I'm still seeing quite a bit of pictures over there. What's up, Angel? But yeah, so the Reds for Calaveras Lake, like, I'm not going to start again until probably like late March. Big one. Well, the white bass on Friday was pretty good at 99 because we caught about 40, and we actually lost probably 15 on top of that. I had a trip today, and today was horrible. I mean, we still got, and we got 9. I'm gonna try to raise this up somehow. We got 9 white bass is what we ended up with, and we got, is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, so we got like 9 white bass, and we got 1 blue cat, and we got 1 Gasper blue. So yeah, today was definitely not a very good day, but pretty much everybody we were passing out on the water. I mean, a lot of boaters actually didn't have any fish. Some had 1, some had 2. The only person I know that got more than me was my buddy David. He had a trip out there, but I think he also got 11, I think is what he ended up with. So still not large numbers. And we heard yesterday, we didn't fish yesterday, but we heard yesterday was pretty much the same thing. Just a lot of boaters either not catching anything or just catching, you know, 1 or 2 here and there. So, you know, that's what happens sometimes. It turns on and it turns off. So yeah, so we're just kind of cooking dinner right now. We're going to be making some quesadillas. And pretty much once we're done with that, we'll be having dinner. Do I have the thing?
Let's try to clean it. Which one? Burning. Huh?
Which one are you using?
I mean, which one am I using?
Which pot are we using?
Oh, I don't know. The small one. You can use this. I just did the small one. Just right there. The small one in there.
Oh, it's white. It'll dry it.
Well, that was right.
Hmm?
Try it off.
We're trying it. There we go. Sorry, guys. We're in the kitchen cooking. So yeah, so hopefully I got a trip the next 3 days, so we're gonna hopefully see if the white bass are gonna be in the mood. I mean, pretty much they haven't eaten in the past 2 days from what it sounds like, so we gotta eventually get hungry and start eating. I know some guys have been asking or have we been getting the shrimp? Actually, near Choke Canyon, there's a place, you can probably look it up on Google Maps. It's called Roy's Bait and Tackle. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's pretty good, guys. They have their minnows. It's like $4.99 for a dozen, which is actually pretty good. Considering, I think like the Lighthouse by Calaveras Lake, I think that's $7.99 a dozen. And at least the other ones, they stay alive pretty good. And a little tip to keeping them alive, my buddy David told me, just get like a 20-ounce water bottle, fill it with water, obviously not all the way to the top, and freeze them. and you throw those in your live well, or not your live well, your bait bucket, wherever you're keeping your fish. And man, it gets that water real cold, and it keeps those fish alive pretty good. Basically, the fish I took today, what's the day? Yeah, the fish I took today were from like 3 days ago. And they were still very much alive. So not too bad at all. Hopefully y'all can hear me. If you guys haven't had this, guys, this one's actually pretty good. Freetail, sold out, Indian Pale Ale. I am definitely liking it a lot. Yeah, so we'll see how the white bass do over the next couple of days. I got trips Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm gonna be taking Thursday off just because I'm trying to keep Thursday off for the family. And then Friday is gonna be Christmas Day, so obviously no fishing Christmas Day. And then I think I have a trip the day after. So, pretty busy week this week. Kind of curious if you guys are watching. Man, I can't remember. It was Alex and trying to remember the name of the other guy I saw as I was leaving 99. You guys were just getting there. Man, I'm really trying to remember your name. Cody? I think Cody and Alex, probably. God, I hope I got that right. Guys, I'm real bad with names, especially if it's like just real quick. But I'm kind of curious how you guys did, because they got there and we were leaving. So I think we were leaving the boat ramp around 12:30. And then they were just launching, so we'll see how they do. How many GoPro batteries? I go through 2, Brian. So you should go through about 2 of them. Partially because, especially for like the white bass, I try not to let the camera run the whole time. So a lot of times, just whenever I see someone, they get a hit, I'll try and turn the camera on real quick. The camera's in it's not very far for me to get to. So I'm able to kind of like reach over real fast and turn it on. But I'll usually go through about 2 batteries. The second battery, once we end up leaving after about 4 or 5 hours, it still has about half its energy or half its health left. So it's not too bad. Let me see if I can raise this camera. I don't like this angle. Hopefully it doesn't fall from here, where I put it, because if it falls from here, I'm in trouble. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Oh, is he on here? Hey, what's up, Chris? I'm sure Chris can get you guys set up on some of his rods, guys. If you guys need some catfish rods, look up Chris Flores, Muddy River Catfishing. He's got some good stuff. Man, I still kind of want to like elevate this higher. No, the redfish population will never go out at Calaveras Lake. They're not going to get overfished, guys, because they are monitored by Texas Parks and Wildlife. And even though they can't breed, they stock the lakes extremely heavily every year. I think this year they've already stocked like maybe we're 500,000 this year. So there's a very healthy population. I mean, the reds are never going to get overfished. And especially now that the wall's been closed. The wall's been closed for about 5 years now. Ever since the wall got closed, the wall, even though I did love fishing the wall, it was pretty easy to catch fish off of there. So since that's been closed, I mean, a lot of people really had to learn how to fish the main lake. And unfortunately, you know, a lot of people, they weren't able to adjust to that, and they still kind of struggle out there. So I would say the fish are not as pressured as they used to be when that wall was open. Yeah, Ethan, that rod that I took on Deep Sea Headquarters, that was Chris's rod. So that was the Muddy River flathead rod, is the one that he gave me. It's a pretty good rod. I like that rod, so definitely get with him so he can get you set up on one of those. But yeah, I think that's the one that Chris gave me a couple years back. I did like that rod a lot. So it looks cool too. I like the color scheme. Guys, if y'all see me getting off camera, we're making quesadillas. So basically we're making sausage quesadillas. So this is a kielbasa sausage with jalapenos. So it's jalapeno and beef. So basically we just cook the sausage, and then we have some burrito wraps that we get from Taco Palenque. I mean, those wraps are, I'm trying to walk back, those wraps are huge. So we get those wraps, and then we'll put mozzarella shredded cheese. We'll put the sausage, we'll kind of fold it all up. And then we have a panini press that will press it down and come out real good. Yeah, Brian, I vacuum seal pretty much all of my fish. I'll show you some in the freezer. Yeah, comes out pretty good. You know, I like these. This is a Food Saver brand. You're able to label them what you got. So this is some white bass from the other day. And then we brought back home. Me and David split our white bass, so we took like let's see, we had 40 fish, so what, 80 fillets. So we took about 40 each. I had my dad, my daughter, her girlfriend, my best friend Leo, my wife. They all came over last night, and we cooked probably in between us. Then we cooked about 22 fillets. So I was still able to make 5 bags like this. So usually when I make a bag like this, usually has about 5 fillets in there, because 5 fillets will be enough for me and my wife for dinner. And I mean, it takes out all of the air. I mean, this thing's great. This is the gar we got. I don't know when I'm going to cook this one, but this is the gar. It lasts. It's real. I honestly have eaten fish that's vacuum sealed that didn't get air in it as old as a year. And I mean, things still tasted fresh. I mean, it's great. Just kind of gotta watch these things, because sometimes, even though it's vacuum sealed, every once in a while I'll have one. I mean, it's very rare, but one somehow would get air, and you'll start to see the bag. It won't have the seal. It get kind of puffy. If I see that, then I'll cook that fish pretty quick, because if you leave it in there too long, it's gonna get freezable. But yeah, to answer your question, I've eaten fish as old as a year, and it tastes just as fresh. All right. The crappie population. So I don't target crappie, guys, but I have a couple buddies that do, that they guide out there. One, his name is Alex Cruz. You can look him up. He's a affordable guide service. So I know he will target crappie, and he usually does pretty good. I don't target crappie, but if I do catch some in a trip, I'm not going to turn it down. But the crappie population is very, very good, at least from what I can see from what he catches. He does pretty good out there for them. Hey, Joseph, yeah, to answer your question, do I hit stumps? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much every day I'm hitting a stump. Some days I'm hitting 2 or 3. Today we hit 1. But thankfully, at the speed that we're going, I'm usually not going any more than about, say, 7 miles per hour. So at least this way, if I hit one, like it's not doing any damage to my boat. When I put the boat back on the trailer, I can go underneath the boat on the trailer and look, and you can't even see even a mark of where it got hit. But most definitely, if I hit some of those stumps going about 20 miles an hour, I'm pretty sure it's going to cause some damage to my boat. So I just make sure that it go extremely slow. What's my setup for white bass? I have my rod in the garage. Hold on. Babe, let's just just talk to the thing.
Oh, 1 minute.
Huh? All right, guys. So I have 2 setups, and I might have to get a further angle here. So my white bass setup. And actually, I just did a how-to for white bass when I was out there with David on Friday. So I'm gonna try and post that maybe on Christmas Day because I won't be out there, so I can try and get a video up. So maybe look out for that one. But this is pretty much what it is, guys. So it's I guess it's a twitchy jig slab. I call them slabs. Anyways, it's about a 1/2 ounce, and then probably about 2 feet down, I will put a crappie jig. They sell these in a 10-pack, and that's pretty much it. The reason I do this extra one is because when the white bass really do get heavy in there, a lot of times, sometimes you'll pick up 2 at a time, which does help get limits pretty quick. But that's pretty much my setup if I'm going to be jigging for them. Now, if I'm going to be fishing live bait, live bait's a little simpler. All it is I think this is a size 1 hook, guys. I mean, look at my finger. Look how small this thing is. All right, this guy is small. I think it's a size 1. So I just have that, no swivel on the end, just tie it straight to the hook, okay? So we have it to the hook, and then all I have is just some split shot. And that's just to kind of help it get down. I mean, it's not gonna dive real fast. Usually when we throw it, it just kind of like flutters down. But usually what I'll do is I'll just fish the live bait right on the bottom. So you just kind of let everything go down. You see the line get slack, and then just do like a 1 crank just to get it just off the floor. And that's it. So that's pretty much the only 2 rigs I take when I go white bass fishing. Pretty productive when the fish are actually hungry. We need a smell edition. Yeah, that'd be funny. Brian, yeah, the coves at Calaveras are the hot spots in the summer. Pretty much the only coves I probably would say is going to be Corvina Cove and 181 Cove. The other coves I probably am going to end up saying, I mean, they're so-so. I wouldn't say they're like hot spots. They're okay. Michael, we are fishing at the Frio River. So that's at Choke Canyon State Park. That's where we're catching them right now. So guys, check out this burrito. So this is from Taco Palenque. So I usually just go when we make quesadillas. Look at this guy, he's bigger than my head. So I usually just go and I get these tortillas from them. And that's what we use to make our quesadillas. And the quesadillas is whatever we get. I mean, today we're doing sausage. If the rare days that I make brisket, we always have brisket left over, so we've done brisket quesadillas. We've done fajita quesadillas, but most of the time we are doing sausage quesadillas. Can you bank fish for white bass? Yeah. The only problem is there's not very much available bank. From 99 Bridge, you're gonna have to. I mean, you can walk onto the shoreline, but it's very sketchy. And then you gotta be aware of the gators. Last thing you want to do is be walking the shoreline and have a gator right at your foot. You know, I've never seen a corvina in person. The only corvina I have seen at the lake was a picture, and it's one of my buddies. His name is An. He has a picture when he caught one. It kind of looks like he's maybe in his mid-teens. I mean, that thing is massive. But no, I've never actually seen a corvina out there. I'm assuming it's called Corvina Cove because that's probably where they used to catch them when they were at the lake. But they definitely are not there anymore. Yeah, if you want to try and bank fish, you gotta watch out for those gators. The gators are no joke out there. That is for sure. Woo! God, I love these. I could just eat this like this. But we're making quesadillas. Oh, speaking of which, guys, I know some people, they want to go for white bass, but there's only one person. If you guys want to book a trip, there's a gentleman I met at the lake today. He wants to book a trip sometime in January, but he asked me, it's just him. So he asked if ever there's other people wanting to split the cost of a trip, and I told him absolutely there is. I just need for him to tell me a date that he wants, and then I told him I can post on my Facebook page and see if anybody wants to split cost of a trip with him. Not a bad deal if you also are just one person. Michael, bait for catfish at Calaveras. I am going to say either my bait is cut chicken breast, but if you want, you can get live bait and you can cut that up. So cut shad, cut tilapia. That'll probably work just as good. But usually my go-to baits are going to be chicken breast or cut carp. Those are my two baits. The carps I usually get fishing in rivers. I'll get some carps and then I'll chop them up. And that ends up being my bait for like a long time. Whatever I don't use immediately, I use my vacuum sealer and I'll vacuum seal and freeze them. And then those baits, whenever I need them, I can just thaw it. Michael, I'm probably gonna say like mid March, late March. And that's kind of when they're just getting started. So maybe April, May. Da 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 da. Say hi, Papa. Say hi. Mateo. Mateo. Hey. Say hi. Hi, hi, hi. Hey, say hi, hi, hi. Say hi. Can't wait to get that kid on a boat. Still have a ways to go. He's not quite there yet. Hey. What are you saying?
You already ate one because you started eating.
All right, guys. What else we got? What else we got before I gotta call it quits? Gotta have dinner. Happy holidays. Yep. Can you believe Christmas is right around the corner? 5 more days. Who else is ready for 2020 to be done with? Good Lord. We're about ready, baby.
Okay.
The backs, do you only use the back strap of the white bass? Well, I mean, I cut the whole fillet out. All I do is cut out the rib cage. Today we had a pretty big one, so I cut the collar out for my client. Told him to try it out, see how it works, but pretty much I'll fillet the whole thing out. Can you anchor the river? Yeah. You can definitely anchor the river. No, the red meat, the white bass, they're so small, guys. I mean, the red meat is hardly, you hardly can't even tell. It's not like, say, the redfish. The redfish, especially the bigger ones, their bloodline's really huge. So when you end up cooking the reds, especially the bigger ones, you got to cut the bloodline out because when you end up cooking it, it ends up turning like a real dark gray, and that's what kind of tastes fishy. So that part of it you probably want to cut out. But on the white bass, there's almost nothing. You don't have to worry. Excuse me. You don't have to worry about any of that. You're welcome, Jay. Huh, have I done a review? I have not done a review of my fish finder or my trolling motor. I guess I could do that. Talk about the, yeah, I guess I probably could. Not to do a, you want that live or do you want just like a video of it? I mean, I guess I could do a video about that. Tell you right now, I love my trolling motor. The iPilot trolling motor from Minn Kota. God, love that thing. It's awesome. Maybe you want to cut.
I have the knife over there. Oh, you can do it, yeah. You can do it, yeah. It's fine.
Okay. But like, you want to straight across?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. All right, Jason, I got it. Oh yeah, I should have got some guacamole from TP. All right, guys. Well, it's time for dinner. Gonna eat with my wife, and my son's got to have dinner too. So yeah, I'll try and do it, Jason. I'll try and do a review. I'll probably end up being. I'll probably just record it, so I'm gonna have to find time so that I can get that done. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully next Sunday we can do 6 o'clock. Also, I'm really trying to find a time frame that works, and so far I think that's the one that seems to be panning out for us. So yeah, we'll try and do another one on Sunday, and probably we'll try and do, if you guys have questions like on videos and stuff, put questions. And then my wife kind of told me I should probably like start jotting some of them down, so it makes it easier to talk about some of this stuff. So I'll definitely try and do that, guys. So if you don't have questions, either put a question on here or on any of my other videos that pops up. I get notifications on even on the real old videos. So go ahead and just post away. Yeah, see y'all later. Bye.